to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Though dice and woes of life, love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and it is Tuesday. So I think you guys know where we are today. Of course, I'm your host. You know where we are today. It's Tuesday, and so we're at one of my favorite places to eat, and it is Georgia's Happy Hog, located 3712 Culbertson Drive in Oklahoma City, just east, not west, just east of the Harn Homestead, south of the state capitol, north of the OU Medical Center. And those of you all who have been here before, you know exactly what it is. Tuesdays and Fridays, they have mac and cheese, which is why I'm usually here on Tuesdays to get my mac and cheese on. And of course, your greens. They've got greens. They've got a bunch of different stuff in here. So come on by 712 Culbertson Drive, 405-525-8111. They do it for catering and events or for information. They're closed Sundays and Mondays. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 7. Closed, on Fridays, Saturdays 11 to 5. I don't know why I'm talking. Tuesday through Friday 11 to 7. Saturday 11 to 5. And of course, it is brought to you by, we're here thanks to Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. Thanks to those guys for doing that. Or you can pay qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of the 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm and 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. Or YB East, which is off the Parkway at 66. YB Mustang, which is 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right there on Garth Brooks. As my guy Drew Hinthorn says, 212 steps from the Waffle House parking lot, which is not true, but, whatever, that's just true. Anyway, YB People's located on 23rd and Bethany between Rockwell and MacArthur, and you cannot miss it. Great locations and great people. Service is fantastic. Great deals on loans, cars, houses, construction loans. And, of course, if you're a minority, hey, go online and just sign up. You'll be surprised what they might be able to do for you. And I know they are doing quite a bit. My guy Nathan Taylor, if he comes on today, he can talk about more about what they're doing here in the east side of Oklahoma City. But they do have plans and things that they're doing on the east side. So don't think just because they're in Yukon that they cannot help you, and that's a bunch of crap. They've got some of the best loan rates and best people, like I said, But I am a little prejudiced because I've grown up with these people and I know them really, really well. So, but that being said, I told you that yesterday we had the discussion about Tyreek Hill and about what happened to him yesterday. Today, and I said that I'm not going to beat the cops up too much because I don't, you got to wait for the body cameras to come out. And the Miami-Dade, of course, police released it right away. And then what did their what's it called? Their police communion say, oh, well, Tyreek was being, come on, man. This is what happened. Number one, Tyreek's on his way to the game. First game of the year. He's stressed. He's trying to get there. He's in a hurry. He's speeding. Okay? Those things are all facts. The motorcycle cops pull him over like they don't know who the hell it is, and if they don't, you're right outside the damn stadium. So you pull him over, fine, he taps on glass, and Tyreek, first of all, This is Tyreek's mentality. Number one, I'm late for a game. You pulling me over? Are you effing kidding me? That's his mentality right now. Okay, I'm putting you in his space, what I believe his space is, because I've been there before where you're late and you're trying to get there. First game of the year, you're trying to you got to get there a certain time. So he's all stressed out over that. Cops pull him over and tap on his glass. Now remember, he's driving a McLaren Honda. The McLaren is probably $200,000 vehicle. And so he gets pissed off at it. He didn't roll his window down right away. Okay, that's his first mistake. The thing that I have always done, and I agree with Shannon Sharp, I was listening to him this morning. The first thing I do if I'm pulled over by the cops is roll down my window. First thing I do. And remember I told you the story about me getting pulled over, for driving in the left-hand lane in 5 o'clock traffic, and he pulled me over for driving too close to the car in front of me in the left-hand lane, which is the passing lane, and it was. And I was driving too close to the car in me? I was. Now, how many of you all have been driving in the left-hand lane? If you all don't know, that's in Oklahoma and in Missouri and stuff. The left-hand lane is a passing lane. It's not a driving lane. It's a passing lane. You pass and you get back over to the right. I have my window down, and I've got my ID and insurance deal. And I'm like, where the hell does this dude at? He taps on my window, scares me because he's on the passenger side. Like, what the hell? So I rolled down my window. Freaked me out like, hey, man, what you doing over there? Tyreek's case, guy taps on his window. He's pissed off that, hey, man, what the hell you tapping my window? Now, Tyreek rolled down the window. That's the first problem. Okay? He's pissed because he got pulled over right before the game. He's on his way, and literally they're right outside the stadium. So he's pissed off about that. Doesn't really roll down his window. He's like, hey, man, what you doing? Don't hit my window. He didn't really hit you when he knocked on your window. Come on, man. Okay? The second thing that happened was really simple. Tyreek was like, hey, man, I'm late for the game, blah, 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 whatever. And the guy's like, you're speeding. And he's like, seatbelt. Tyreek's like, give me my ticket. Let me get out of here. That's what he said. Give me my ticket. Just write my ticket and let's go on. And then rolls up the window. Now, the cop is pissed because, one, he doesn't like a black man talking to him like that. I can promise you, you guys can say what the hell you want. He don't want a black man talking to him like driving a car that he'll never afford. Okay? Those are facts. Now, you can get mad at me. You can do whatever. Those are facts. Okay? Those are things that are going through this guy's head because if it wasn't, he wouldn't have escalated the situation so fast, which, of course, the cop did. He escalated the situation. And we all can agree with that. Then the next step is he rolls his window back up. Now the cop feels disrespected, so now he's pissed. Now it just went to the umpteenth level. Okay? And to me, you can see that the other cops that came around, they're kind of like, oh, shit, this could get out of hand in a hurry. Now, oh, by the way, guys, remember, let's do this real quick. So just in case you guys want to go to YouTube, search The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, like, subscribe, hit notifications on YouTube, and you can comment. Now, if you're on Facebook and you're watching us on Facebook, I'm not going to see any comments you make until after I'm done, okay? So, it doesn't do you any good to Facebook me. You can, and I'll answer your deal out once the show's over with. But right now, if you want to comment about anything I'm saying or ask a question, search YouTube, The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. Like, subscribe, hit notifications every time we're on. You'll get a notification on that, okay? So that'll get you guys there. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So the next step was this guy's pissed that he rolled the window up. And Tyreek's like, look, man, just give me my ticket. I got to go. I'm late for the game. I got to be at the facilities right there. Just write me my ticket so I can get out of here. And rolls his window back up. And the guy was like, acting like he can't see him. Somebody's like, well, you couldn't see him. Yes, you could. Windows aren't that dark. You can see him moving. You saw it on the camera, the body cam. You could see him. Dude, go back and give him his ticket because you pissed and whatever. You got mad because he disrespected you in your mind by raising up the window. And what he said was, hey, man, just give me my ticket, man. Let me get out of here. Boom, rolled up his window. Like, just give me my ticket, man. I'm out of here. And the cop did not like it because his attitude and everything changed from that point on. Okay, and I think he had an attitude in the first place because when you run the tag, you know who the hell it is in the first place. If you don't know who Tyreek Hill is, fine. So then it escalates from there. Then Calais Campbell shows up. They've got Tyreek. They pull him all out, open the door, pull him all out the car on the ground, got his knee in his back. He's telling them, hey, man, I just had knee surgery. Watch my knee. I don't care about your knee. Really? So you don't care about a guy's knee who's getting paid $30 million dollars a year to play a sport. Okay? You don't care about his knee. Because you pissed because he rolled up his window after telling you to write him a ticket. You pissed. So now you're going to escalate the situation. Calais Campbell shows up. He comes in, he's like, hey, man, trying to tell him what up. You know, he's on the phone. You can see the cop being mad. He raises his hands up. He walks over to the side. They still handcuff him. Got another Dolphins player that shows up. Video on the whole thing. They're video on the whole thing saying what you're doing. Now, you've got a couple cops, you kind of hear him trying to de-escalate the situation, but it doesn't matter because the two cops have already, one cop already is pissed. Now, I heard a great analogy. It's like if you see a group of dogs, they're going to act based on what the one dog does. If the one dog is docile, the rest of them will be docile. If the one dog gets aggressive, all the rest of them are aggressive. That's what happened. You had the one guy who's pissed because he didn't have his window down, gave him his information. It's like, hey, man, just give me my ticket. I'm late. Rolls up the window. Like, give me my ticket, man. I'm out of here. And he ain't trying to listen to nothing this guy saying. Just give me my ticket, man. I'm gone. But the cop got pissed. And isn't your job as a law officer to de-escalate situations, not escalate? Now, I've talked to several law enforcement people, and they're like, we get talked to crazy all the time. But it's how you react to that person talking to you crazy. And that guy did not do a good job. Then all of a sudden, he just went crazy. Then you're going to have him on the ground. You're going to put your knee in his back. You're going to knock him down. You saw it on video. They're all going to get disciplined, no 100%. But to me, you as a commander, you have to know who the hell your officers are to put them in situations. And then I was talking to somebody earlier today. They were talking about, our listeners, I forget who it was, talking about when they went to Michigan, the cops knew who the guys were, what they looked like, what kind of car. They had all the information, so they know who not to mess with. But Miami-Dade police don't give a shit. They don't. They didn't. I'm a police officer. You're going to respect me, and I'm going to tell you what to do. I don't care who the hell you are. That was his point. That was his attitude. That's what happened. Now, the police union can come back and say, oh, well, Tyrese was being disrespectful. Yeah, I agree. He should have had his window down 100%, number one. Number two, there's no question. He should have just said, hey, boom, let me, I'm late, whatever, here. That's what he should have did, and they would have de-escalated. But he's pissed because, one, he's late. He was not there on time. He got pulled over for speed, didn't have a seatbelt on. You can see him when he rolled up his window, he put his seatbelt on. You can see it. So it ain't like how the hell is he a threat to you? You're pissed because he's driving a McLaren. You won't ever afford a McLaren. Number three, you pissed because he black. Number four, you mad because he didn't show you the respect you felt you deserved. Now, granted, Tyree could have de-escalated this whole situation right from the beginning, like Shannon Sharp said and like I've done. I get pulled over by a cop. First thing I do, here's my insurance, here's my car. Here's my driver's license. First thing I do, roll down the window. Like I said, when I got pulled over, I rolled down the one window. The guy's on the other side. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? I look back. One guy's got his hand on his partner has his hand on the trunk of my car and his other hand on his gun. The hell are y'all doing? Are you kidding me? You got your hand on your gun? Over a traffic stop? But once again, I find out later in the situation. So back to Tyreek. As a black man, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what you think your status is. You always going to be black. As someone told me, 3 things in this life will never change. 1, you're going to die. 2, you're going to pay taxes. And 3, you always going to be black. Now, Tyreek, you could have handled that completely different, and you didn't. And I had I had in-length conversations with some white friends last night. And like I told them, as a white man, you can't talk about what we go through. You have no clue. You have no idea what the hell that is. It's not zero. So how the hell are you going to comment about what somebody, you should either shut the hell up, put on some black person who can talk about it. You cannot comment on what was happening in this deal. You ain't black. You don't know. You have no idea what it feels like. None. Zero what it feels like. Now, have you been pulled over before? Have you been done some stuff? Yeah. 100%. But you don't get pulled over for a DWB. In your case, DWW, driving while white, you don't get pulled over. Now, all that being said, Tyree could have handled the situation right from the beginning. But 2, he's pissed off. You could just tell. He's like, man, whatever, man. Look, I'm late, whatever. Here, write me my ticket, man. Let me get out of here. That was his whole comment. Roll the window back up. And there's no way in the hell the cop felt threatened because he bought because seatbelt. He was sitting there. How are you feeling threatened? You're pissed because you feel like he disrespected you. And then it went south from there. You're gonna jerk him out of his car for a speeding ticket. You're gonna handcuff him and put your knee in his back for a speeding ticket. You're going to knock him down when he's standing up on the sidewalk and put him back down on the ground for a speeding ticket. Really, because you're pissed. You're going to handcuff Calais Campbell, who was the NFL Man of the Year. Now, he is a gigantic black man, 100%. I know Calais. I met Calais before, so I know who he is. And he's a gigantic individual, okay? But you didn't handle that either. Your job as a law officer is to de-escalate situations, not to escalate them. But then I'm going to go to the commander of the Miami-Dade police, whoever makes assignments. I'm blaming you. You know what kind of officers you got. You know who's who. Now, that must mean you're one of them. Now, if you're one of those guys that are too, yeah, you're going to hook your buddies up. If you're not one of those, you're going to make sure that nothing happens. Like I go back to the University of Michigan. And you go back to Alabama, you go back to OU, same way. They know who the hell the college coaches are. They know who the opposing teams are. They know everything. Here are the guys you want to be careful. This is what you want to watch out for. You know who the hell who people are. So these type of situations don't happen. But once again, Miami-Dade, you should have had this handled. Whoever your commander is, I'm putting it squarely on you. Whoever the commander is who assigned people, I'm putting it on you. You should not have had that guy and those guys in this situation. Had them on the other side of town. But you're trying to hook your boys up. Hey, man, you got to get by the Dolphin. You get in the Dolphin game, blah, blah, blah. And instead of them handling it because it was Tyreek, they got pissed. That's what happened. And the body cam footage shows it. Now, what I'm saying is, do I blame Tyreek? 100%. He should have handled it differently right from the beginning. Okay? Don't knock on my window on my McLaren. Really? Dude, roll down your damn window. Roll down your damn window. Roll your window down, have your driver's license and your insurance right there. And that will solve the issue. But no, you pissed because he made you late, you're speeding, you're right there in front. You're pissed. And you disrespected the officer, 100%. He got pissed because you did that, and he felt like you're a black man, you driving a McLaren, I don't care you're a football player, you're not going to disrespect me. It went south from there. I'm in control of the situation. That's what happened. Now, the police officers I know, they said they get yelled at and screamed at, whatever, all the time. They don't do that. They just, hey, let's just, whatever, man. And they're going to write him a ticket. You're going to write a ticket. But they know he don't care about the ticket. He driving a McLaren. He going to afford to pay that ticket and move on. They didn't like the fact that he was disrespectful to them. And all he did was, when he didn't roll down the window at first, he says to him, dude, okay, just whatever, just write me my ticket. And puts the seatbelt, rolls the window, puts the seatbelt on. The cop at that point should have went to his car and rolled up and wrote him a ticket. But he's pissed because he didn't comply the way he wanted him to. And I'm just telling you, this kind of stuff happens all the time. Now, Tyreek, it's his responsibility and his fault for not handling the situation differently. And like I said, it's both of us' fault. But as a black man, you know how it is. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care where you are. I don't care what you think your status is. You are black. He is a police officer. You are black. Okay, how much money you got? I don't know if people remember when Denzel Washington was talking about he couldn't catch a cab back in the day before they had Uber because he had a hoodie on in New York. Cops see a black man in a hoodie, they kept right on going. You have to understand who you are. You have to understand your situation. Tyreek could have handled it different, but he started it, and this guy could have stopped the escalation and just walked to his car, wrote him a ticket, came back, and gave it to him. But instead, he chose to go a different route, jerking him out of his car, pulling him down because he was pissed. That's facts. Now, you can say what you want to. You can act any way you want to. That's exactly what happened. And as a person who's gone through some stuff like that, I know exactly. I've been there. I know what the hell they do. I didn't even escalate the situation. I didn't start the situation, but that's what happened. So I know how it works. You guys don't. And for somebody to try to go out there and comment on it, I'm done. Okay? So, in the future, as all young men or young kids, I'm going to tell y'all this. Number one, always, 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 if you get pulled over, pull out your driver's license and your insurance, roll your window down before they get there, and have it waiting for them. So when they ask you, do you know you're speeding? No, sir, and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, I got pulled over one time with speeding. The guy was like, I was like, man, I didn't even know I was speeding. I really wasn't paying attention. I really wasn't. I was a mile from my house. And you know what he asked me? Can I search your vehicle? Hell no, you can't search my car for what? Those are the things that we go through. But like I said, number one, Tyreek, you could have handled it different and you didn't. And you should have. That would have de-escalated the situation. We probably would not have been going through this. But instead you didn't, and it went from there. So that's my take on it. That's my unpopular take. People can get mad at me all you want to or whatever. It is what it is, and you know that I'm right. Okay? You know that I'm right. Now, that being said, we had a football game last night. And what I could come from this is the Jets. Oops. Why isn't my deal up there? That is BS. Let me fix this. I thought I had fixed this already. You guys got to bear with me a quick second. I'll fix this really quick. Anyway, the Jets, who they are, the Jets are the Jets. That's what they are. The Jets are the Jets. They have not changed anything. There we go. This is what I had. I had the game up there. I just did not have the box score. I'd already done it, but I was running late today. Anyway, the Jets lost to the Niners 32-19. Aaron Rodgers, 13 of 21, 167 yards, 1 TD, 1 INT. Brock Purdy was his usual pedestrian, not making mistakes self, even though he does make mistakes. He runs Kyle Shanahan's offense the way he should be run. He did have a beautiful throw last night to Brian Ayuk that he should have caught the ball in the end zone in the corner. Beautiful throw by Brock. Beautiful throw. Place in the only place it could be thrown. And Ayuk did not catch the ball. And a lot of that is because he missed training camp. He missed a lot of stuff. Those are balls he normally would catch, and he will be catching at the end of the year. And he had 2 drop passes, I believe, last night. Anyway, Brock Purdy, 19 for 29, 231 yards. You know, everybody wants to, say that he's this and that. No, he ain't. He's perfect for Kyle Shanahan. He runs Shanahan's offense. That's what he does. That's what he does. He's not great. He's a good quarterback who runs the situation. We'll see how good he is when he gets in the Mahomes situation, where he doesn't have an offensive line. He has 0 wide receivers. He has nothing. Well, I would say not in the Super Bowl, but when when he's playing with wide receivers who would come off the practice squad, and you're in the NFC Championship game, then what you gonna do? When you're in the Super Bowl, you have a messed up ankle. Then what you gonna do? You ain't that. You're a good quarterback, and that's what he is. He's proficient, and he does well with what Kyle Shanahan wants him to do in his offense. That's what he is. I like him, but that's what he is. The Jets, 266 total offense, total yards. The Niners, 401 total yards. The Jets, 68 yards in rushing. The Niners. I saw this, I was like, is this right? 180 yards rushing? Oh, my God. 14 first downs, 24 for the Niners, 2 turnovers for the Jets, 0 for the Niners, 38 minutes and 40 seconds of possession time. And I don't care how good your defense is. If they're on the field for 38 minutes, you're not winning the ball game. That's facts. Only 21 minutes. But let's be honest. You take away the score, you take away what happened. And when I look at this, is it all on the Jets? I don't really think it's all on the Jets. It's Aaron Rodgers' first game in over a year. The first time playing with it because he didn't have any sort of snaps in the preseason, so they have no way of knowing anything. And to everybody's, including me, their biggest question mark to me was their offensive line. I thought their offensive line did really, really well. They held up well. Now, Aaron threw the ball pretty quickly last night, but that's what he does. He gets rid of the ball, and he does throw a pretty ball. But that being aside, their offensive line was good. Their defensive line, not so much. Their defense, not so much. But they were on the field for 38 minutes. I mean, think about this. They scored 8 straight possessions. The Jets' defense gave up 8 straight scoring drives. I don't think they gave up more than 1 or 2 in a row last year. They gave up 8. Now, granted, Hassan Reddick is not there, and there was no pressure on him and all that. I get all that, and all those. That's all facts. These damn flies wear me out. I don't even have no food over here. They're just over here bugging me. But anyway, when I look at that, the Jets going to have to be better, and I think they will. Go ahead and pay Hassan. I don't understand that whole situation. You trade for a guy knowing that he wants a new contract. Knowing he wants a new contract and you trade for him. And what do you not do? You don't give him a new contract that he wants. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. How many years has he had 11 plus sacks in a row? And you don't pay the guy. You know what he wants and you pay him. But once again, it's the Jets, just like it's the Mets, just like it's the Clippers. If they can screw it up, they do. This the Jets, Mets, Clippers. It's one of each. One in football, one in baseball, one in basketball. If they can screw it up, they do. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable how they can do it. Now, I don't agree that Saleh's not a good coach because to me, you don't win 7 games with arguably the worst quarterbacking situation in the history of football. They were terrible. They still won 7 games. But I think that maybe the defense relaxed a little bit this year, thinking, okay, we have Aaron Rodgers. We're going to win some games. We're going to be competitive. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And that did not happen. So I think that plays a lot into it. That their defense kind of relaxed a little bit, thinking, okay, we got the man over here. He's going to make a drive. He's going to make a play. He's on this and that. And he did. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But it's still the Jets. And let me see. Do I still have my NFL over under here? I think I do. Let me see if I still have my NFL over under. Okay, here we go. We had the Jets -9.5 over under. I had them in under. I did not have the Jets over 9.5. I did not have it under. Okay. Actually, I had them over because I had them in the playoffs. Okay. I had them under because I thought they'd go 9-8, or maybe 10-9. But I just thought, here we go. We're gonna see with that defense. But once again, it's the Jets. They don't do what they're supposed to do. They're gonna add the people they're supposed to add, and that's what happens. Okay, when you don't have the right situation, you thought you had the right guy. You got a running back. Your offensive line is good. You have one wide receiver. You only have one. You have no tight end though, and he's decent, but you don't really have a tight end. You got your buddies in there. You got an offensive coordinator who is your boy, which I still don't. What Aaron Rodgers reminds me of is LeBron James. That's what he reminds me of. I want this, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. And when it all goes south, doesn't take credit for it. It was you. You wanted Lazard. You wanted Hackett. You wanted this stuff. That's what you wanted. They gave you what you wanted, and it was subpar. Just like LeBron wanted. It was subpar for him what he did for the Lakers. Just got to admit what you did. But at the end of the day, it's the Jets, just like it's the Mets, just like it's the Clippers. And what do all 3 teams have in common? They have a superior team in that city. As far as the Mets and the Mets and the Jets, you have the Yankees. And then, of course, the Giants win NFL and win Super Bowls on the other side. Then in California, you have the Clippers, you have the Lakers. I still believe this day that they should have stayed the hell in San Diego, just like the Chargers should have stayed the hell in San Diego. But they wanted to leave. They wanted to be in L.A. They wanted to be in front of them. This fan. Well, that's fine. But L.A. is tough. There's a lot to do in L.A. There's a lot of distractions. They don't have to go to football games. They got a lot to do. Plus, you got the other. Who you got on the other side? You have the Rams who win. They've been in L.A. They have an identity. They are the L.A. Rams. Everybody knows that. They've been there. They're winning. So people are going to come watch them. You have the Dodgers to deal with. You have the Lakers to deal with. You still do have the Clippers to deal with. Okay, you have the Kings to deal with. So there's all kinds of other things. You got nightlife. You got movies. You got parties. You got all this stuff to do in L.A. So what you have to do is win. It's like New York. You have a lot of stuff to do in New York too. You have to go out and win. You have to be able to perform, or you're not going to get people there. And that's what's happening in L.A. right now. That's what's happening with them. So Let's go ahead and take a break real quick and thank our sponsors. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up. If you have a small complex or something that you want to have done, build a building or a complex, hey, they can lay it out for you and make sure everything runs smoothly and everything looks good. So hit my guy Mark Long up. Also, if you guys have a water treatment plant, we all do like what? Good, clean water. So hit our guys up. Also, Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computers or software to make your office run smoother or networking, they can do all that as well as website design, which they're working on a new website right now to improve it so that we can add the Matt Clark Academy t-shirts and Matt Clark Basketball Camp t-shirts and hashtag just saying. So we're doing that. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my guy Jose Fierro up. He'd love to take care of you. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, located 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, just south of I-40. As my guy Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew Pick says, 200 steps from the Waffle House parking lot, which is BS. And, of course, YNB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd Street between Rockwell and MacArthur. And Elm Grove Clothing. Cannot wait to get my new suit today because we're a big event coming up. You can contact my guy, Binky Triplet, at 405-332-8787. Like I said, text him because if you don't call people, you get so many robocalls and stuff today. People don't know who you are. They don't answer the phone. I know I don't. I tell people to always text me because if you call me, I don't know who you are. I'm not answering the phone. So contact him. If you got suits, he's got some great suits and stuff. And so we're going to be dressing me and being able to get some stuff. So I'm excited about that. And the reason why I'm getting a new suit is for the John F. Kennedy Community Service Awards reception and dinner, brought to you by Santa Fe Family Life Center. It's going to be at the Civic Center, September 19th, 7 p.m., which of course is a week from Thursday. So it's 9 days away. Cannot wait. It's going to be it's always a fun event. But if you have more information, you can email them or go to the website at www.sfflc.com, which is Santa Fe Family Life Center.com, or you can come by our location at 6300 North Santa Fe, or you can call for more information, 405-840-1817. So come on by, you can see it, and of course it's a great event. Food is great. I always have a good time, and the Civic Center is nice. If you haven't been there before, you'll enjoy it. So come on by for the John F. Kennedy, and you can call for, they do have single seats available, or for 2 for you and your wife if you're not wanting to spend the money and buy a table. Or if you want to go ahead and sponsor a table, you can do that as well. So you can go to the website, once again, www.sfflc for Santa Fe Family Life Center.com, or you can go 6300 North Santa Fe, or call 405-840-1817. Of course, that's a picture of me, Gary Vick, and my bestie, Jennifer Falkenstein, who we went last year. Always makes me look good. That's why I bring her to everything, because she makes me look good. Sharp woman, smart, beautiful, makes my life easier. And everybody loves her, so that makes it easier too as well. So that being said, we have, I'll tell you what, this weekend in college, we have some good games coming up, and I'm excited about the college schedule this week. Here are the games that I have zeroed out right now, or that I have for me that I want to watch. Starting off in the Big 12, you've got Arizona versus Kansas State. Is there in Manhattan, Friday night at 7 p.m. on Fox. The Kansas State Wildcats are minus 7-point favorites. The over-under is 56.5. I got to get my guy Drew on so we can talk about this one day this week, so he can come give his picks. Then, of course, Saturday you have number 4, Alabama at Big 10, Wisconsin. That's going to be a big test for them. It's hard to win in Wisconsin. It really is hard to win. And they're in Green Bay. It's the same thing. It's hard to win. Those two stadiums are loud. It's going to be good football, and I'm glad that Alabama's playing somebody. I'm glad the teams are starting to play some good teams, but I do understand why they're playing some inferior teams like a Northern Iowa and people like that because they need a big paycheck. These guys got to make money, so I understand that. In order to keep their football programs along set up, they have to do that. Number 9, Oregon at Oregon State. It's always tough to win. Always tough to win at Corvallis. It's not an easy win for them. It's a rivalry game. Unfortunately, OU and OSU do not play each other again anymore. And of course, to me, it's just dumb. But that's just me. Oregon versus Oregon State. Even though Oregon State and Oregon are not in the Pac-12 anymore, Oregon is in the Big Ten. They're still going to play each other. I like the fact that they did not stop that rivalry, unlike what OSU football did this year. Oregon State plus 14.5. Over-run is 50.5. Oregon State, I don't know what they're really going to do this year, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. That game is on 2:30 at Fox, so you'll be able to watch Alabama and Wisconsin, then turn around and watch Oregon State right after that. Then, of course, OU plays Tulane at home. And OU's minus 14.5, over under 51.5. They have not looked good. I don't know exactly if they can score 51 points. Tulane the Green Wave is going to be a lot tougher than what people think. So I'm interested to see how that game is going to turn out. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I didn't want to blow it right there in front of you guys' ear. But anyway, that game's going to be a good game between Tulane and OU. 2:30 p.m. ESPN there in Norman. I'm excited about next week. I get to go to the game next week against Tennessee. And I'm kind of mad because they won't let me wear orange. Normally, I respect those guys over there. Dave Dirdorf and them, and I wear my white on black or black on white, whatever, black and black or white on white, whatever. I do it. And I don't hear that nonsense about you can't wear white after Labor Day. No, you can't wear white. I wear white. I wear whatever the hell I want. Anyway, Tulane OU, they won't let me wear my orange. And I'm like, Tennessee orange, OSU orange. Not the same orange. Not even close to the same orange. One's more of a tangerine, not really orange. Now, I can see if it's Texas because our colors, the oranges are not that far off, so I can see that. But Tennessee, really? So, anyway, I respect them. I'm not going to do it. So, Tulane versus OU, minus 14.5, 2:30 start on ESPN. So I'll be able to watch that game. I'll be able to be done supervising basketball, and I'll find a nice place to go sit down and watch the game and maybe have a beverage, an alcoholic beverage. But I definitely want to eat too as well, so I got to figure out where I'm going to go to eat and be able to do that. And then Northern Iowa versus Nebraska. I did this strictly for my guy Drew Hinthorn. So anyways, about putting Nebraska up there. Northern Iowa, Nebraska's 29.5 point favorites. Over under is 47.5. I think that they'll be able to kill them. And of course, that's on BTN. It's for the Big Ten Network. That's what BTN is for. So those games are going to be on, and it should be interesting to see what happens. But I do believe that they're going to take care of business in that. Those are just the games we have. And then, of course, if you're a Big 12 fan, we do have the Big 12 schedule. Here's the Big 12 schedule for all of you Big 12 fans. We will put this up here for you so you can go over that. You have Cincinnati and Miami. These are Saturday games. I already told you what the Friday night game is. These are Saturday games. Cincinnati at Miami, Ohio. North Texas at Texas Tech, so Texas Tech should get their second win. Oklahoma State versus Tulsa, 11 a.m. They should handle their business. I'll probably be flipping back and forth between that game and it's going to be ESPN too. But I'll probably flipping between that and the Alabama-Wisconsin game, back and forth on that. Then, of course, West Virginia at Pitt. We need West Virginia to step up the deal. Utah and Utah State, of course, a rivalry, in-state rivalry. Utah State got smashed by USC, so I'm assuming that Utah is going to handle their business. But, of course, it is a rivalry game. It is in-state, so you never know what the hell is going to happen in a game like that. Then after that, you've got UCF at TCU. TCU Horned Frogs there in Fort Worth. Man, a lot of purple. A lot of purple is going to be there. So that game is a 6:30 p.m. game there in Fort Worth. It'll be on Fox. I still want to go. I need to go watch that game one day. I need to go down to Fort Worth and watch a game. That's what I need to do. And, of course, Air Force at Baylor. Who cares? Colorado State, another in-star game. Deion's got to get his stuff together. Rice at Houston. They're just right around the corner from each other, so that ought to be a good game. I'm going to watch it. I don't care about either one of those games. I don't care about Air Force, Baylor. Don't care about Colorado State. Don't care about Rice, Houston. Don't care about BYU and Wyoming. Don't care about any of those games. But they are on for your fans who do care and who do want to watch. By all means, go ahead and do that. And here are the Big 12 standings after 2 games, okay? Here's where they stand after 2 games. Now, remember who they thought were going to win. Oklahoma State's ranked 13th in the country. 2-0 start, have not played a division rival yet. Kansas State, the 14th ranked country, they're 2-0. Arizona's 20th, they're 2-0. Iowa State is 21st, and they're 2-0 after their big win against Iowa last weekend. And, of course, after that, Arizona State 2-0, BYU 2-0, UCF 2-0, TCU 2-0, Utah 2-0. Everybody else is 1-1, of course. They lost against a good team, and then, of course, Houston's 0-2. I don't know why I didn't put that in there. That was mean of me. I should have did that right. That's terrible. I feel bad about that. I should have did that right. But it is what it is. Now, for those of you all who are wanting to know about the NFL schedule, here's the NFL schedule this up and coming week. And, of course, we have a big one on Thursday to start off the week. Bills at the Dolphins. I wonder if those cops are going to be there on their motorcycles. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be. But anyway, Bills versus Dolphins, 7:15 on Prime Video. You got to go ahead and subscribe to Prime. And like I said, what I do, I'm already subscribed to Prime. So I already have it. But as far as Peacock and Bali and stuff like that, I only subscribe to them during the season. Like during the Thunder season, I'm a Bali. After that, I don't care. Same thing with Peacock. When football season's over with, now the football season's over with, I won't be watching Peacock. I mean, I'm not going to pay for stuff I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch that, okay? So that's out. Paramount Plus I already have, so I'll be watching games on the Paramount Plus because I already have that. But Peacock, I have them simply because of NFL schedule. That's it. And, of course, I will delete that just as soon as the football season's over. And then, okay, Sunday, man, the Saints at the Cowboys, 12 o'clock p.m. game. We were sitting there wondering whether we should go down for that. Oh, that was my guy, Calvin Montgomery. I just saw him. I didn't know that was him right there. Guy I played high school with. The Saints at the Cowboys, 12 noon kickoff. Man, I get off early Saturday. I might want to roll down there to Dallas for the night. Go see if I can call my boy, see if I can squeeze in and get a couple of tickets. But I don't know. I wonder if the Mavericks can get tickets to the Cowboys games. I wonder if that's – I'm going to call him and ask him. I mean, why not? If you don't go to the game, bro, can you hook me up with 2 tickets to go to the Cowboys game? I'd love to be able to go to the Cowboys game. So I wonder if he can do that. Hey, it's worth a phone call, right, guys? Worth a phone talk. 2 free tickets to go watch the Cowboys and the Saints. That'll be a good deal. So I'm going to have to make sure I do that when I get off the air here today. Bucks at the Lions. Baker Mayfield going to Detroit. Let me get back. The Cowboys 4.5-point favorites. 48.5 is the over-under for that game. So that ought to be interesting when you see that. And then, of course, the Bucks at the Lions. Baker Mayfield going to meet the Lions. The Lions are 6.5-point favorites. 50.5. That game also is going to be on Fox. And we're going to have to wonder which game we're going to see and which game we're going to get. Like I said, we'll get our guy Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew Picks on to talk about which game that he likes. And he'll be able to give us more of a breakdown on these particular games later on in the week. Colts at the Packers. Oh, man. I don't know how Jordan Love is hurt. Richardson looked really, really good last week. That's why the Packers are plus 3.5, over under 40.5. And when I look at this game, I just go and I go, I don't know how the Packers backup they're talking about, that he may play. He's got a sprained MCL. He ain't playing. Stop it. Why would you just give this guy all this money and act like he's – no, just rest him. Take a couple weeks. It's not going to make – you still have, 15 games left in the season if you're sitting for 2 weeks? Still got 15 games? You got more than enough games to get a chance to get into the playoffs and make a good run and to win your conference. Jets at the Titans. Titans plus 4, over under 42.5. I do believe that the Jets will play better from this, and I have them as one of my playoff teams, one of my surprise teams. I think they will do what they need to do to come back. But the Titans +4. I'm just not a Will Levis fan. Was never a Will Levis fan. Like the way his girl looks and his family. His cute sisters, but yeah, I'm out on him. That's a CBS game. Well, I know we won't be watching that. So you got to break down the Saints and Cowboys on Fox. I know for Oklahoma City that's the game that will be on. And then the Niners versus the Vikings. I think the Niners are just going to continue to roll. The Vikings are +5.5. Over under 46.5. I think the Niners will continue to roll and just smash over them. And I don't know if they're going to get Christian McCaffrey back this week, but that's probably not a game I would worry about. I'd probably sit him for one more week just to make sure that he's 100% healthy. 110% healthy, actually, when it comes down to it. Then you have the Seahawks at the Patriots. I think that's going to be a really good game, but I think the Patriots are going to get brought down to earth. They're +3.5, 38.5. I think the Seahawks are a very good team. They've got a lot of guys coming back. I think that they're going to run the football and they're going to beat up on the Niners. I don't think that the Patriots, I don't think they're afraid of them. I think they'll be physical as well. I just see that game is just going to be a good, hard-fought football game. Giants at the Commanders. If the Commanders are 2.5-point favorites, I don't know if they can score 40 points. They should be able to score 40 points combined in this game, but, Jalen Daniels, you cannot run 18 times or 16 times or whatever in a game. You're going to get killed. This is NFL. It's not college. I don't know why he ran him so much. I don't know why he was running on his own, but, dude, you got to throw the ball. You cannot run the ball. You have to throw the ball. They'd rather you have an incomplete pass than trying to run and get hit. You got to learn how to slide, too. You got to learn how to slide. If you're going to run, slide. Run, slide. You look at Mahomes, he might run 3 times a game, maybe. He does not run. He's always sliding at the pocket to pass the ball. He's not looking to run at all. That's why when he does run, it makes a huge difference. Then the next thing you got the Chargers at the Panthers. The Panthers +6.5. We talked about this yesterday. I think they're just going to beat the brakes off them. So tomorrow I have the updated deals because on Thursday we're not going to have, if we have a show, I don't know if we're going to have a show Thursday. It may be earlier because I got to pick up my daughter-in-law from the airport on Thursday. She's coming into town for a case. So I don't know if we're going to have a show because she comes in at 2:15. So I'm going to have to pick her up at the airport to get her where she needs to go. So anyway, the Chargers at the Panthers, it's going to be 12 o'clock game, CBS. I won't have to worry about watching that because at CBS at noon, we're probably going to get the Niners and the Vikings, I would guess. Browns at the Jaguars, which is another 12 o'clock game on CBS. The Jaguars are -4. I think they should have won the game last week. I think they're going to learn. They're going to come back. ATN doesn't get the ball slapped out. I think they win that game, but I think they're going to come back and learn their lessons, and they're going to get it done. And Trevor Lawrence is looking to rebound and come from the year that he had last year after he got hurt. And they just were not the same. They went from a team that could possibly win it to 0. So I think he's going to come back and do some damage there. The Raiders at the Ravens. Ravens 9.5-point favorites. I think they're just going to beat the brakes off them. I do. I don't think the Ravens are going to be in hand. Plus, the Ravens are pissed about losing to the Chiefs. I think that, unfortunately for the Raiders, they're coming in at the wrong time, and I just believe they're going to get the brakes beat off of them. That's what I think. I think they're going to get the brakes beat off of them because they came at the wrong time. And I just think they're just going to – I don't think that game is even going to be close at all. The Rams at the Cardinals. Kyler looked good last night. Last week. The Rams looked okay. I think, but with all the injuries, Puka Nacua being out, I just don't know what the Rams, the linemen being hurt. I mean, Matt Stafford is an absolute monster, but I just don't see. I just don't know what happens. The Cardinals are +1.5-point favorites, over under 50.5. I'm gonna probably take the Cardinals at the points. That's what I'm going to do in that situation because I think Kyler is going to come and do what he needs to do to get the job done. Steelers versus the Broncos. We already said that Justin Fields is starting, we had talked about that yesterday. Well, who is going to start, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? And like I said, I think Sean Payton knows everything about them. It's kind of like Arthur Smith playing against the Steelers playing against the Falcons last week. They had all the information you need to know on what they do, what every player is, and what every player isn't. And the Steelers had a significant advantage. And I think the same thing is going to happen if he played Russell Wilson. And I said that yesterday, that they know everything he is, all his tendencies, what he doesn't do. They're going to know what to take away from him. And I think it's a good, smart move by playing Justin Fields instead of Russell this game too against the Broncos. But anyway, the Broncos +3 over under 37.5. I think they're going to be hunting. I think they're going to be after them. It's going to be a good game, and I'm looking forward to it. So the Steelers should be 2-0 if Justin Fields can learn how to throw the ball down the middle of the field. He can't hit. I mean, it's just unbelievable how he cannot throw the ball out to the flat. It's just, I'm just like, dude, how do you, the guys out there on the deal, you're supposed to be throwing it to the sideline and you're throwing it behind him? That's a pick six. What are you doing? The Bengals at the Chiefs was the game that everybody's looking forward to and everybody wants to see, including myself. That's the game we're going to be watching at 3 o'clock if I don't go to Dallas, which I don't know if I will. But anyway, I think that's the game everyone's going to watch. The Chiefs are -6.5-point favorites. 48.5 is the over-under. You know, you look at the Bengals and what they did last week. Jamar Chase got no really targets. Asked the coach. He can't play for Kansas City and talk like that. You know, there's certain teams you can't play for. Certain coach you can't play for and run your mouth. So that's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to seeing that, seeing what happens. Then, of course, the Bears and the Titans. Man, I tell you what, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. That's a Sunday night game. Excuse me, the Texans. Bears and the Texans. I wish I was in. Now, I got to take my little dude to a football game. Like I said, the Bears, if I was in Houston, I would go to that game simply so I could take little G. But actually, I don't know if I could because it's a 7:30 game on a Sunday night. He's got class, school the next morning. So by the time we got done, it'd be 10:30, 11. By the time we got out, it'd be 12. No, his mom's not going to let me take him to a game on a school night. That's not happening. I don't even know why I even thought that. I mean, I just got excited about it, but, you know, there's no way. She would take him, let me get him in a game. Let's see, we'd be there. Games at 7:20, which means that it would be at least 10:30 before we got out of there. At minimum, we'd have to leave early. That's the only way. And still, at that time, he wouldn't get home till 11 something by the time he got to bed. So yeah, he has to be up at 6. Yeah, 6:30. That's not happening. He would be a bear the next day. He'd be trying to kill his teachers, kill us, kill everybody else if that was the case for him on that deal. So. There's no sense of me getting excited about that because I already know that is not going to happen under any circumstances, even though I got excited about it. And it's something I was like, oh, yeah, let's go do this. Yeah, Sophia's not going to let me do that. That wasn't going to happen. Now, on no, I can't do it unless it was on a Friday night or something like that, then maybe. And, of course, Saturday I got to go check in with see if they play any Saturday games, during the holidays. That might be something, but she's not going to let him stay up late for a late night game. That's not happening. Especially at 10 years old, he's not going to do that. And I'm not going to ask her to, nor will I put him in that situation to where he'd be a bear the next day for his teacher. I don't think that's fair to him. I don't think that's fair to the kids in school. And I don't think it's fair to his mom or me to have to deal with what I'd have to deal with from him. So that being said, once again, had a great time here as always, and we are here at Georgia's Happy Hog, located at 712 Culbertson Drive, just east of Lincoln, 2 blocks east of Lincoln. Actually, just 1 block east of Lincoln, here just on the other side of Lindsay, south of the state capitol, north of the OU Medical Center. For catering events, contact them at 405-525-8111. They are closed Sundays and Mondays, open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 7. Saturdays 11 to 5. Can you believe I got that right? I struggle to get that earlier. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I don't know why I couldn't do that. And, of course, it is brought to you by YNB, family-owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. And they're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, and proud sponsor for us to be here today at Georgia's Happy Hog. So we appreciate them allowing us to be here to represent these black, minority, and women-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify with them at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into their 5 locations. The main bank, 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB East, which is off the Parkway in 66 or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off I-40, just south of I-40, and Garth Brooks Boulevard. YB Peoples, located in Bethany, on 23rd between Rockwell and McCarthy. Cannot miss it. Cannot miss it. So, but anyway, I want to thank our guys here, Steve and them over here, Jessica and them here at Georgia's Happy Hog. And then also, let me go ahead and give a shout out to two of my moms. I wasn't supposed to talk trash last week, and I did. So, Andrea Mullenberg, let me tell you right now, yes, I'm going to give a shout out to your son, Jackson. And then also, Sherry, let me give a shout out grandson to your grandson, Kate. I talk trash. They got to beat me up. There you go. I gave you guys a shout out. I'm proud of these two boys and how far they've come as players, and excited about continuing their growth as athletes and as young men. So, which is kind of what we do at the Matt Clark Basketball Academy. It's about you on and off the court. And what we do on the court helps you off the court, because it doesn't do you any good, as we talked about Tyreek, how to handle yourself and what to do. So, that being said, have a fantastic